Yo, what's going on? My name is Drnkie. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, we're checking out the patch notes for Marvel's Avengers Patch 1.3, a massive stability patch, a lot of really great combat changes, and just gameplay, bug fixes, a lot of good stuff in this. I can't wait to get on and play it tomorrow morning on the Twitch stream. But first, let's take a look at all of these patch notes and go through it and see some things I think are kind of notable for you, the player, versus just like random bug fix 3000, you know. All right, let's start the video. All right, here we are. These are the patch notes for version 1.3. Let's start out. Let's read the message from Crystal Dynamics. Hello, Marvel Avengers community. Patch V1.3.0 is our first major patch since the launch and addresses over 1,000 issues that you've helped surface these past 2 weeks, ranging from several progression stoppers to small graphical fixes. If you have the bugs report after installing this update, please post them to our Reddit so we can track them and continue working towards the fixes. And while the focus of this patch was resolving bugs, future near-term patches will integrate more quality of life adjustments and feedback-driven features and tunings. We thank you for your patience and support. Please keep it coming. You are helping shape the future of Marvel's Avengers, the Crystal Dynamics team. So that's the message. Let's dig in a little bit lower into the patch notes and see what's going on. Various reasonable campaign and Avenger initiative fixes. You go through this, just seems like a lot of really game-stopping bugs have been fixed. A lot of people have had load bugs, game save states that didn't progress, just a ton of things they shouldn't have launched within the game that really broke the game for a lot of people. I think that this part of the patch notes is trying to tell players it's safe to jump back in, it's safe to come back to the game and start playing again, and you're gonna have at least a complete time throughout playing it. This is really great to see right here. All right, next up, you got some general changes to the multiplayer and matchmaking, basically just giving you more time to jump into a game or have people jump into your game. They reduced the cooldown from 30 seconds down to 4 seconds to rejoin a strike team before the user could matchmake again. This is a great little change. It just kind of, sometimes you would leave it and it would take so long for you to jump into another matchmaking match, you would just go off and do solos. And then again, lower, they say the matchmaking now stays enabled during the mission launch, countdown to give you more time for players to join. Great features here. I really don't play this game as multiplayer because I think it's a pretty bad multiplayer experience online with random people. So I don't know too much about the bugs that have been going on, but if you guys know anything about matchmaking and how it's been great or bad, or if these changes are good, let me know down in the comment section below. So we're gonna skip over the user interface and the art and animation. There are just a slew of fixes to these minor graphical errors. The old Captain America bug where his eyes gonna be tweaking out, that's gone. I'm sorry, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the frontline memes while we had them because they're gone now. User interface is just a couple of tuned up things here to make it tell you the things it's supposed to say. Move on down to the combat section. There is just a gaggle of changes to the combat section. A lot of little minor tiny bugs that we all kind of encountered. If you ever felt like this game wasn't in a good flow state, so to speak, where you kind of felt like your character stopped moving when you didn't stop pressing movement, or if you were hitting the attack button and it wasn't happening, were like all these tiny issues that were causing these hitches and making the game not feel as smooth as it was intended. So now all of these changes should be hopefully alleviated. We'll see. Also, Iron Man getting some love across the board. His lock-on, his skills are increased in duration. And of course, one of the big things here in this section, the adaptoid has been changed. I know one of the biggest problems with people in this game, it has been the adaptoids. So the adaptoid laser attack is now easier to avoid. And they also just tuned the assault adaptoid overall to make him less aggressive in multiples, less aggressive when the fire shield is active, trigger a small hit reaction when the heroes are hit by lasers instead of the long one where you just got knocked off your feet and you had no time to do anything else. Laser attack are easier to avoid in combat situations. And of course, the firepower visuals have were updated to make them easier to see in combat. Great changes to the adaptoid. I hope this makes fighting those like higher end encounters a little bit more enjoyable. Not letting more difficult, just more enjoyable, or less difficult, I should say. All right, big changes to gear, challenges, and rewards. They fixed the issue with the fabrication machine that would occasionally not reward an outfit or units if it was a duplicate. Great little fix here. Very frustrating to get a fabrication. So many skins in this game, and you would get a duplicate and it would not reward it properly, or you want to get a unit. Super frustrating. They fix that up for you guys. Another big change to the units. Units apparently would disappear if you reach to 32,000. Apparently they fixed this bug and they've capped the units and all resources at 65,000 for storage to ensure that this doesn't happen going forward. I'm not sure who's out there with all these resources already, but this one's for all you hoarders out there. I'm sorry you can only hoard 65,000 resources, but apparently you're not going to lose anymore anyway, so congrats. They've increased the gear power cap for threat sectors, drop zones, hives to 130 to align with the max missions. This is great to give you more variety of doing 130. It's probably going to be better missions. A lot of us have just been farming the Day of the Remains to farm high-end stuff, and maybe now we can do threat sectors, drop zones, and hives at 130 to kind of give you more variety in your farm. Another huge change here is the exotics gear now have a higher attribute points, power level 130. Exotic gear now always has better attributes. A huge change to the exotic gears. Exotic gears now have a higher attribute points. Power 130 exotic gear now will always have better attributes than other rarities. I have not been lucky enough to get an exotic gear piece dropped from me yet, but this is obviously something that should have been in from the start. Now your exotic gear is going to be a massive increase over your legendary, or I don't know about massive, but it's going to be an increase over the legendary gear. Great change here into patch notes. You love to see this type of stuff. Again, to go along with the exotic, elite heroic hives are now rewarding at the correct power and rarities. Another great bug fix is activity specific gear earned in elite heroic hives are now rewarded at the correct power and rarity. This was massively frustrating to do like hour-and-a-half long missions like the elite hives and get down after 14 levels to find out that you're not getting the activity specific gear rewarded you properly. So great change here. Next up, you got gear with heroic specific perks can now be awarded at epic, legendary, and exotic rarities with the correct number of perks. Previously, legendary gear items of this type had too many hero-specific perks, and epics were not awarded at all. This is a little adjustment. I'm not sure if your legendary gear just became worth. I think it did, but your epics became better. So maybe it's just gonna be a little bit harder to farm the god roll legendary gear. I don't know if this is going to affect the in-game gear that you got now. Hopefully you got the good stuff already if it does. Next up is the big one. Based on your feedback, we're moving to a single global content refresh and challenge reset time and day. Starting with this patch, challenges will reset every Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. As a token of our appreciation, we'll provide 22 challenge points per hero with a refresh to account for the shortened challenge period. The points will be available to claim until Thursday the 25th. This is a great change. Probably one of the most resetting or upsetting things is that the things weren't resetting for you. Great change here. Make it easier to progress your character and get the skins and all the nice stuff in the credits. So great change here. It's good to see this. I'm enjoying the global reset time because I'm a boomer. I could not keep track of everything in my head. I was so confused. I'm glad to see this change. One of my biggest points about this patch I absolutely love is the additional PC fixes section. I'm a PC player. I know I'm one of the people in the minority in this community where I don't play on PS4 or Xbox. As a PC player, I was crashing all the time. I was usually averaging about 1 to sometimes 2 crashes per hour. Massively frustrating. So, various stability fixes, CPU performance improvements, reduction of the CPU cores used at direct 3D shaders. All this stuff is just kind of a wonderful change to make the game run smoother, more stable. And me as a PC player, I feel like I'm going to be more active in grinding this game than I was before. So thank you to Crystal Dynamics for this improvement, along with all the other improvements you guys have done to the Xbox and the PC. PlayStation, but more specifically the PC, please. Thank you. So that are kind of like the important parts of the patch. I feel like, as you as a player can focus on more so than just the general bug fixes, just the kind of stuff that you as a player is going to affect you. Fortunately, not everything got fixed inside of this patch. One of the big ones is unable to accept daily faction missions and villain sectors. Missions show up as completed. This is a huge frustration. It's supposed to be a daily reset so you can get your polychronins or whatever to upgrade your major artifacts. That bug is still in the game. Hopefully they have a patch coming out soon, one of the smaller focus packages to kind of fix that. Here's hoping. And also, additionally, the various skill point bugs that you can run into every character. The Hulk still has an extra skill point. Cabela is missing a skill point. Thor's missing a skill point. Black Widow is still missing a skill point. If you're one of the people who ran into this bug, you're still going to be missing that skill point. I hope that gets fixed soon for you. Those are all the things in the patch that I thought were important for you. If you guys thought that there was some stuff in the patch that I missed that you thought was important, feel free to leave it in the comment section to know how much of a dum-dum I am, how much I need to get my head around this patch. I'll be in the comment section hanging out for you guys to talk with me about that. If you enjoyed this video, if you found it informative, make sure you leave a thumbs up on your way out to let other people know on YouTube to come and watch this video so they can help. Also subscribe to the channel and check out the Twitch stream. We're live every morning starting at 8 a.m. except for Tuesdays playing Marvel's Avengers. All right, see you guys on the next video.